Hey, how are you? I just wanted to talk about something that happened to someone that I know today, um, and it was an odd one. I know her very well. We've known one another for quite a few years, and she gave me a call. You know, we used to work on the same shift and at the same place, and then as time went on, I went from a couple different jobs, but she's at the same one, but we're on two different shifts, and she gave me a call at a odd hour. You know, so I'm off. You know, and she should be working. And she told me that she's a very kind-hearted person, extremely kind-hearted. I have never met anyone like her. That's why I count her lucky as a friend. And what happened to her was a woman walked up to her and asked, "Can I get a ride?" And being the type of person she was, she said she is. Said, "Yeah, I'll give you a ride." And she wanted to go to a certain location. So on en route to that place, she said, "I need you to go here," which is another location. She said, "I got to go to work. I can drop you off at the first place, but not the second place." So she said, "Will just take me there." So she takes her there. She says, "Wait 5 minutes." She says, "I got to go to work." She says, "Wait 3 minutes." She says, "I got to go to work." She says, "Wait 1 minute. I have to go to work." So she gets out of the car and then she leaves. So my friend, being kind-hearted, she doesn't take off and leave her there. Um, didn't want her stranded. So the woman comes back, and my friend tells me that something seemed off about her from the get go. But, she didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and she thought she needed her. Plus, where she found, the location where they first came in contact was a safe zone for her. So she figured everything was all right. The woman gets back into the car. She says, "I need you to take me to the original location." She says, "No, I can't. I got to go to work." So, long story short, the lady refused to get out of the vehicle. She said, "No." And my friend very rarely raises her voice. And she said she found herself screaming at this woman, to get out of her car. So she ended up calling the police to get this woman out. So suffice it to say, um, that could have went real bad, extremely bad. We are living in a time and an age where people are not as they appear. Now, we can all defend ourselves, but you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you have to defend yourself, because in this instance, the cop, the police officer, the law enforcement officer, the official um, was all right. Knew how to talk to the lady in the car and didn't escalate the situation and was able to get her out the vehicle. It could have been bad because not all police are bad, um, but they have things going on in their minds too. Saying some they do the job because of a power trip, some do it to pay the rent, some actually feel that call and they want to help. They want to help their community, and a lot of people, a lot of cops don't live in their community. They come from outside of the community, and they police other people that they don't live with. So you can't always plan on a police officer helping you. She had no mace, no taser gun, or anything like that. It would have been hand to hand, her and this obviously mentally deficient woman, or emotionally disturbed woman, or woman on drugs. I don't know. I don't know her story. So there's nothing, and I don't know her. She could walk past me today, and um, I wouldn't know her, but I do know my friend. And if it could happen to her, it can happen to a lot of us, because she's the type of person that you look at and you don't want to hurt. She's the one you look around and say, "I need help. That lady right there will help me." That's the type of person she is. Uh, so that got me thinking to these plagues that are about to hit us. A plague coming to us, town near you, very soon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I do not prophesy. I couldn't tell you when. Uh, but the Most High told Abraham that the first plague will be a want and need of all things. It makes people act funny. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have the things you want, the things that you need, say you're hooked on a drug or you're some type of substance that you have to go to someone's home, knock on the door, go in and out, come back out, and then you got what you need. And I'm not talking about cannabis. I'm talking about those things that, for some reason, the pharmaceutical companies just can't seem to keep a grasp on. Somehow, some way, they just seem to find their way into communities. Go figure. I have no idea how that stuff is happening. How you could be hooked on a substance that is a controlled substance. These are gateways, and not gateway drug into bigger and better drugs, but gateway for a being that has no physical form to influence a person. So we gotta be vigilant to these things. We have to talk to our family members. We have to talk to our friends. We have to talk to our coworkers, even if they don't want to hear it. Because sometimes you talk about mental illness, and someone may take offense to it because either they suffer from a mental illness, or a family member does, or a friend, and they think you're attacking them. Sometimes you just gotta take those verbal blows from them, like, hey, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here to help you. I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't want you to go through these things. I want you to wonder, how is Lil Johnny hooked on something that they should have never had their hands on in the first place? Because there's not some person in their basement pressing these pills. There's a company, a factory somewhere, and this is coming off of an assembly line and somehow making it into the communities. Your friendly neighborhood drug dealer is not making this shit. He may know how, but he can't make massive amounts of it. Get a pill bottle with a prescription label on it, and sell it. A prescription label that ain't got your name on it, he don't know you. Not like that. Hopefully he shouldn't. But these are things that we need to think of, because when it goes to those plagues of want and need of all things, when a guy who happens to run a country decides that he wants to sign an executive order that states in that executive order that we can designate a person a terrorist, or a group a terrorist group, and we can go after them and kill them without declaring war on the nation that they are in, then he leaves office, and then another person who runs a country decides he wants to push economic sanctions against another country, which drives the tariff, the tax up, putting pressure, economic pressure on that country, forcing them to do things that will then put economic pressure on the country that the president is now running, on that country. And I hope it's not getting too convoluted, because I know once you start naming names of presidents and dictators and countries here and there, people start getting a little emotional. And by all means, I really don't, your emotion doesn't bother me, but I care about the person who may be listening to me right now. I do. I care about you. I know if I punch you in the face, everything after that you ain't hearing. The only thing you're seeing is red, and hearing in your brain, get him. So I want you focused, because it's coming. We now build a bomb. Well, not a bomb. It's pretty much, it's a drone, and it's called the Ninja drone, Ninja bomb, and it sends out little short swords, or flechette rounds, and it is designed to chop a person up, but leave a structure still intact, structurally sound. So, like, if you're declaring war on someone, you really want to get them, you drop the building on them. But for some reason, we've now decided we want the person and maybe a few people outside of that, collateral damage. But for the most part, we want the person. Um, this sounds odd to me, and I'll tell you why this sounds odd to me, and how it all connects through substance abuse being gateways. Again, not talking about cannabis, talking about the heroin, the pills, uh, the coca, stuff like that, and how it plays a part in the demoralization of a country. Now, as I said, we now can designate, say, an entire army or a portion of an army, usually a portion of an army, a terrorist group. So we don't have to declare war on that actual country. And we could send, say, aircraft carriers over into that area for a quicker strike. We can force economic sanctions on multiple countries, forcing them to take matters into their own hands. And the first stage of wars, usually you have to, you got to take the money. You take the money, you demoralize the people, you take their will because they don't have jobs, they're not eating the way they used to eat, and you make them want to fight because they're not running anything. They got a guy running things for them who tells them this is what's going on. Now, as time goes on, those economic sanctions and the demoralization of the population and that will to fight becomes a actual fight. Now, in the military, there's a term, and it is called the theater of operation. And when I was a young guy, I really didn't give it any thought. I'm like, theater of operation, that's how I go. I was stationed at a place where they have the War College in Leavenworth, Kansas. And it would amaze you, absolutely amaze you, who comes through the War College to learn how to fight. They're all learning the same thing. Every military on this earth has the same tactics, which leads me back to the theater of operations. A stage. Everybody is complicit. They took Israel's shit. Everyone had a hand in it. So the stage is now being set for the first play, because once you're outed on the theater, this actor here is not doing what they're supposed to do. They're not living up to their portion of the bargain, because land deals, like when colonization and land deals were made, and those land deals are almost up. They're setting up. Things are being set up. I hate to use the term they. Things are being set up for the greatest movie ever. But somebody's not going to play their part. Somebody wants to keep what's not rightfully theirs, which then in turn caused war on multiple fronts. Wars and rumors of war. We've been hearing a lot of rumors. There have been quite a few wars, known and unknown. But the ones that's about to pop off is going to be something else, because the stage is being set as we speak. We're watching it go down, and we get up, we go to work, we drink a coffee, we talk to our friends. Like, this shit is going to keep on going, and it's not. Once the curtain is pulled back and everyone sees what's going on, it's going to be something else, because everything that you have, everything that you hold dear, is going to be forfeit, because we got the United States, Babylon is going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay for the things that's been going on, because in this theater of operation, this theater, the actors are going to become known, their real names, who they really are, not the characters that they play. So, all the way back to substance abuse and being gateway for spiritual manifestations taking partially control of people and full on. These are the people that's going to be wandering around. These are the people that's going to, and there's a lot of them, and they're going to, because they can't get they shit no more. You know what I'm saying? These things aren't going to be existing, so it's going to keep ramping up. So again, be vigilant of the news. Even though a lot of it is bullshit, in order to make a good lie, a believable lie, there has to be something of the truth in it, and that's what you have to do. You have to sift through the truth. Um, Another thing, there's I have dreams. I've been having them for a while. There are dreams where it's just nonsensical, just stuff going on. Like, what was it? You wake up like, what was that about? But there was one dream that I had, and there are regular dreams and there are special dreams. I've had about 5 special dreams. I'll talk about one. I talked to one guy about one special dream. This is another. And in that dream, there was a woman, and I could not see her body, and I could barely make out her face. It was blurry, but I could tell she was quite beautiful, and she had a smile on her face. She had darker skin. Now, when I say darker skin, she could be a darker skin Caucasian. She could be a lighter skin woman, still brown. She just had color to her, and she had curly hair. Not like in a perfect Angela Davis afro, but like curly, spring, messy, beautiful hair. And I remember our conversation was not verbal, it was feelings. Like inside, I felt a way, and she responded to me in that manner because her smile never left her face. And it went like this: I stated, or I felt talk to her, and it was, I love you and I want to be with you. And she said, not with her lips, but I can never be with you because I will always cheat on you. And she was very adamant about that. Like her smile was like, I care for you, but I cannot be with you the way you want me to be with you because I will always cheat on you. Now, that's when I woke from the dream. And at the time, I thought it was like maybe I was searching my memory. Is this a specific person? Is it a representation of a certain person? But I'm coming to realize, or coming to think, that what's actually it means is there are people in our lives who they say, yeah, I get you. I understand. Yep, I'm right there with you. But they're not. They're cheating on you. So they may say, yeah, I believe in the Most High. I believe in what you're talking about. I want to hear you. But at the end of the day, when the time comes and we need to bounce out of here before that fire comes, they're not going to go. So we need to steel ourselves. We need to get our confidence and our focus up, that when you look at that person and they're like, nah, you can say, okay, I understand. I wish you wouldn't do this. I wish you would come right along with me. I know you think things are going to get better, but they're not. Not where you're going to be at, where I'm going, it will be, but not here with you. But they're cheating on you, not in a physical way, but in a spiritual way, in a mental way. Their thoughts, their hopes and desires lie in another, and it is not the Most High. Whatever it is that they think about, that they pray to, that they ask for hope and guidance, that's where it's at. And they just believe, like, as long as I don't say anything or I pretend, it's fine. Like you and your woman together, and your woman is she got a book club every Wednesday, but she out there talking to Jody. Her and Jody kicking it. And there are people who can they can put up a good front. They are actors in this theater of operation. You have a good one.